We are live as we build into the weekend and tomorrow's match as Nottingham Forest travel down to the capital to face Fulham. But will it be a repeat of last season or earlier this season? Welcome to Forest Fan TV. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And welcome to the weekend, boys. Lemmy and Ez, how are you all doing?
Yeah, really good. Nice to see you guys again.
By the way, chat, you can tell which of us are the poor immigrants and which of us are the natives, yeah? Look at these two in t-shirts, man. Seriously.
What? Tropical weather in February, isn't it?
Bloody hell. Guys, I mean, seriously. This is like, look at me and Esme shivering away, man. Oh, God, it's good to see you, boys. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited for this match. But more importantly, I'm excited to see what the chat is saying. And we're starting off with a new member. Tricky Mikey, thank you so much for becoming a member, you absolute legend. Let's give you a round of applause. Thank you. 3-2 down in Leicester City at FIFA right now. God, I haven't played FIFA for a while. Mark Legend is in here. We got Ben, how are you? Call me crazy, but we're finishing above Fulham if we beat them tomorrow. Love it, Ben. Love it. That's the stuff we want to hear.
Yes, that's what we want.
Sturdy saying, Felipe just opened my defense. Oh, God. Mark the Legend, good to see you. Vikings in here. Good evening. Red says Viking.
Evening.
Martin's in here. I've just had 2 implants, so be gentle. What size? What size is my first thought?
He's in Brazil, mate. It could be anything.
Martin, do we want to know any more than that?
I definitely want to push that question.
The legend, Nottingham Now and Then, is here, and he now has a YouTube channel. So your task, guys, in the chat, well, firstly, hit the like button, but you have to, if you don't want us to be annoyed with you, you got to go and subscribe to Nottingham Now and Then. In fact, I'm going to put the link in right now for you guys. And then we're going to get started. I promise. There it is right there. I'm going to pin it until we do a poll. Everyone just go hit that subscribe button. I know how many subscribers he's got before we've gone live. And I want to make sure that it's at least triple that by the time the end of the show. So go give him a quick follow. Mark the Legend is in here as well. How are you, Mark? Carl's in here. Pat's in here. Stevie Norris, evening to you as well. Owen's here. All the big boys are here. Oh, God. 34 did. What have I missed? I don't know. Let's say hi to a few more. The Blonde Gamer, Forest top half this season. We're going to be talking about that. I'm feeling in a crazy mood. Mark saying Forest and just been watching Ted McDougall. The boring mouth back of the net stream. Why is he telling Ant that? Ant, have you got a little secret side dish going on?
Going on there, mate.
Yeah. Are you changing from Arsenal to Bournemouth?
No, I think it's probably because I'm the only one that can remember Ted McDougall.
Well, that's true. I've never heard of him. So yes,
never heard of him?
No.
There was something.
I know Father Ted.
I've heard of Dougal from.
There was something. Mark will remind me. There was something to do with him scoring loads of goals in the game that won 9-0 or something. Ted McDougall.
I don't know. Lemmy, any bells ringing? Exactly.
Sorry,
We'll move on. Spencer's here, just got back from training, ready to smash Fulham tomorrow. Steve's here as well. Good to see you, Steve. There's so many of you here. The legend Simon there. Nearly at 9K, says Steve. Let me tell you guys how far we are from 9K. We're 20 away.
Ooh.
Will it happen tonight? Hopefully.
Let's hope so.
Chapo, the legend, in here. How are you, Chapo? Assalamu alaikum, Adam. Good to have you.
Sorry,
all right, we've got to stop. We'll do a couple more, and then we got to get cracking on because we could say hi to you guys all night here.
There you go. Mark's scored 9 goals in an FA Cup game, Ted McDougall. 9 goals.
Congratulations.
Did mention 9 goals.
Keith said we might just kick on with a new backline and the goals will come from everywhere. Tommy Boy's in here. There's the confirmation of 9 goals. Oh God, so proud he's on. Stop playing FIFA. Easy 10k by much, at least. Guys, it's pinned in the link. Please go and subscribe to the legend that is Nottingham Now and Then. And then follow him on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Watched The Exorcist yesterday. People told me it's scary. Funniest movie ever. You know what? I know this is going off on a tangent, right? But when I was a kid, it got released out in the cinema. I think I was like 11 or 12, right?
Really?
I got told, not the original, right? I got told that there was ambulances waiting outside of cinemas and all this crap, right? Me and my mates were like, we got to go see this, right? So we snuck in. I had a little bit of bum fluff under the old lip then, so I had to go get the tickets.
Bloody hell.
It was like 2 little lines there. So
I can't get that now.
We're there like expecting the most horrific film ever. And then she freaking does this spider walk thing. We're all cracking up in the cinema, man. I'm like, who needed an ambulance for this stuff? Seriously. And
you're bloody Libyan, aren't you? You're used to that sort of thing.
What the hell does that mean?
Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, but you must have seen it back in the day then.
I probably saw it about 10 years after it came out. When it came on video nasty, I watched it. And it frightened me, yeah.
Did it really? No.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
No, not me.
Let me, have you seen it?
But you're
I'm not even talking about this, but God.
Yeah, definitely seen it, but I think I'm more in your camp there, where I think it's just with kind of not... We're used to much better effects nowadays, I guess, is kind of the thing. You kind of see stuff like that. It's like, for what they did at the time, yeah, brilliant, but... Nah.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely didn't spook me.
It was crap, man. It was like
no. Let me stop you there. It wasn't crap. At the time, 1973, it was one of the most incredibly fantastical films you could get. It did cause a lot of people to suffer. But now you watch it now, and yes, you can giggle at it now. But you got to remember.
I don't know.
You know what?
A true story.
Little tidbit for you. It came out at the same time as Enter the Dragon.
Oh,
that
yes,
was good.
That's a classic.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, but you get a kid to watch Enter the Dragon now, and he'll be pissing himself. No, come on.
Just a big shout out to Blonde Gamer. Thank you so much for subscribing. Also, quick final shout out, and then we'll get cracking on. To my mate Kev, thank you so much for your WhatsApp messages earlier. Big shout out to his boy Lewis, who's a huge Reds fan, and he watches us for some reason. Lewis, big shout out to you. But Lewis, the watching stops here because we got Anton. He's probably going to swear. So Kev, get Lewis into bed. But a big shout out to Lewis, the legend. All right. Let's do this. It's the game tomorrow. I've gone from crapping myself to thinking, hold on, we got a good team, to thinking, have we? To then thinking, maybe... Lemmy, where are you on what stage of the Forest process are you at now for your build up towards the weekend?
I feel I always go through the same routine of getting a game where you're like 4 or 5 days in advance and you're really hyped for it, and then you get even more excited when you're like 2 or 3 days out, and now all of a sudden we're within 24 hours. I've now reached the absolute pit of despair where I'm like, oh shit. I've actually got to try and enjoy a Forest game tomorrow, when it's always a nail biter and it could go either way. And if we lose, I know I'm immediately going to be on like the bottom end of how I'm going to feel all weekend. So it's always that fun game that I play every single weekend. And supporting Forest, you have it every single weekend. There's never a single week where you're like, oh yeah, I really don't mind about this one. So that's where I am at the moment.
And where are you, mate? Are you like awake enough to have gone through the emotional rides, or are you just like, whatever, we're going to smash them?
How do I feel about a game tomorrow? I kind of resign myself to us.
Hold the phone. Omai's back. Get your ass backstage. Oh, he is backstage. I didn't even notice him. Yes. Yes, the show can go on. We have our mod. he's more important than all 4 of us. I love you. I love you, Omai. Sorry, Anne.
Yeah, if you kind of accept that you're probably going to lose, it makes things a little bit easier. Do you know what I mean? So, you can just go in there with a bit of hope and excitement rather than expectation, and that's where I kind of am. I'm kind of not expecting a lot from it, so I'm hoping that we're going to turn it on and do well. Let's see. So I'm okay.
Ez, are you as
You
defeatist
know what?
as this idiot?
No, I'm flip side of these guys. This is probably the most relaxed I'm going into a game all season. I think that result last week was vital for us, and now I'm not worried about like needing to. I thought that game against what was that? What was our last home game? Leeds. For me, it was a must-win game. I know a lot of people didn't say that, but I thought it was a must-win game to win it and then have that gap, have them still behind us, and they dropped a couple of points the other night against Man U as well.
Technically, they gained one.
Well, they gained one, but for me, they were 2-0 up, you know. So
That's
from
true.
point
That's
of view,
true.
from that point of view, they dropped them. But I feel really relaxed going into tomorrow's game, you know, because I've gone for a draw anyway, because I think
Yeah.
we can do that now. I think we can. We're never going to go into a game trying to get a draw, but you start with a draw, you start with a point, and you hold on to it, don't you? And I think that might be the attitude going into some of these, especially these away games, and maybe even to the Man City game next week. But I'm really relaxed, guys. I don't
Shut
know why
up, Ez.
you-
Shut up, as Nottingham now and then.
Ah,
Legend. Donates new YouTube channel. It's pinned to the chat. I'm going to keep
thanks
an
so
eye
much.
how many of you are subscribing. I'm going to look at a subscriber list. I'm going to call you out if you haven't. So please click on the link. It's pinned in the chat. It's 2 clicks. That's all you've got to do.
Yeah.
And also the legend. Oh, where's that message gone? Where's it gone? That's the one. I missed them, right? Mark, that's way too kind and generous of you,
Thanks,
Mark. You get a
Mark.
round of applause as well, buddy. Thank you so much for upgrading your membership, Mark. Look, thank you, Mark. And if you guys want to be members, don't forget you will see all the goals as they go in live tomorrow. If you're a member and on the live stream watch along, which will start at 2:30, and then we'll do the player ratings. You guys will be doing the player. I love this thing where you guys do the player ratings,
Yep.
and I can't get blamed for it. Ant, Mitrovic. I'm
Yeah.
talking about him now, not Mitrovic FC. Yeah. Gone a bit dry as of late. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing. See, in the past, when he's been in the Premier League in the past, he's not done very well. And this season,
Correct.
he's done brilliantly well. But is he starting to find his mean level now? Do you know what I mean? Is he getting back to what he really is? So that's what I'm hoping. And I think that we've got, in Willy Bolly, I think we've got somebody that can cope with it. I'm not overly worried about Mitrovic, if I'm honest. I'm worried about Paulinho more than I am Mitrovic. He's the player that pulls the strings in the midfield, and that's where we need to get a hold of the game, in my opinion. So I'm not too worried about Mitrovic. I think we'll cope with him.
I think you're right. Hold the thought. I agree with Ant. I don't want to say shit out loud at the moment, man, because I don't want to jinx it. I want to be ready to glow afterwards. I'm at that phase at the moment where I'm thinking we can win. When I was doing the predictor stream earlier with Twist and Simple As, I barely got myself to a draw. But the more I've been thinking about it, I just think if the defense can tame them, because they're a crossing team, aren't they? They're a crossing physical team. We got
get
Big
into the
Willie.
box.
The question is, Lemmy, and the question to you guys in the chat, and we'll do this as a poll in a second, but get your answers in the comments. Who pairs with Bolly tomorrow, in your opinion, Lemmy? And I'm coming to you two, but I'm putting Lemmy on the spot
worry.
first.
I'm
So
glad.
you two are going to have to answer that.
Yeah, that is a tricky one. I feel Bolly is definitely the perfect person to kind of put up against him. Just for that physicality, he's going to immediately kind of render a lot of his aerial threat and presence that we saw him run riot in with that kind of threat in the Championship last season. So we're kind of nullifying that. Who do you put next to him? I mean, in an ideal world, it would be Moose. Now that he's back, and I'm pretty sure we all had almost the exact same reaction when we saw that he was back in training. And I think in our group chat, I just put the gif of Ian Wright just saying, "I thought you were dead." I had no idea that he was actually still existing and that he's in the 25-man squad. So in an ideal world, he's the perfect pairing because then you've got the cover of pace and then you've got the physicality. But for tomorrow, I'd probably go with Worrell.
Worrell?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Whoa, I
Wow.
never saw that.
Wow,
Worrell?
I didn't see
No.
that one coming.
That was left field.
No, wait. Expand, Lemmy. Expand. Don't just, drop the mic. Pick that mic back up, right? Why have you gone for Worrell over McKenna or who's the other one? Felipe.
Felipe.
Guys in the chat, is coming your way the question right now.
Felipe, the perfect time to bring him in and really give him a run out is against opposition that he's probably well accustomed to in Man City. He's already got them rattled up and riled, so that's a great time to get him started. McKenna, it was a toss-up between Worrell and McKenna. I just think Worrell, being club captain at the moment, having played for us for so many years, where we've been up against Fulham so much, he's going to know how to deal with Mitrovic. He's done it before in the past. So that was just kind of my thinking. But in Cooper, we trust, as always. So if he picks McKenna and Felipe and completely ignores everything that I've just said, then that's fine by me. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, fair enough. We're getting the chat's opinion at the moment. Carlos is adamant on this point. Ez, what do you think to this? You don't change a defence that has a clean sheet in the last game. That would destroy the confidence of the drop player. What more could he do than keep a clean sheet?
Yeah, I understand the sentiment and the logic as well to an extent behind that. But when you've got better players in the wings waiting to come in, you don't leave them hanging, or you don't. For me, Felipe comes in. I wouldn't put Worrell in. If I'm going to change, I'm bringing Felipe in left centre back role. I'd like to keep Bolly in that right centre back role. I think that was one of his best.
Yeah.
I mean, he was immense. It was one of his best performances in that position, and I think kind of like why maybe Cooper even tried that out is because he's thinking Felipe for the left centre back role. Worrell may have dropped down pecking order again, but I understand what G. Collis was saying, and in other circumstances maybe I would, but like I say when you've got better, there's no doubt Felipe is better than McKenna, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So if you've got the better player, you bring the better player. Almost goes back to our Logi and Toffolo debate earlier on in the season. The better player comes in. There's no doubt about he's a better player. And Niakhaté also, he's a better player. So if either one of them's fit, they come in for McKenna automatically. So and understand the sentiment about we kept the clean sheet, but they were lucky to keep a clean sheet. They had a very good goalkeeper behind them as well.
That was going to be my point. I was going to bring in on that.
Yeah. You're right. And, Carlos, you're saying bring back the player that you've just destroyed. Well, hasn't Cooper done that with Worrell throughout the season? Hasn't he brought him in and out? If anything, that taking him out helped him because he was really bad at the start of the season.
Agreed.
Came back, was a little better, and then he got turned inside out in the cup game, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't see the issue with switching players in for form. I mean, and if let's just say Niakhaté was fit and ready for tomorrow, would he not go straight into the team? Let's say he's match fit as well.
Yeah, I understand people saying you don't change your winning team, but sometimes you have to. It depends on the opposition and everything. And as pointed out, you can be a bit lucky sometimes not letting a goal in. So
you can have a cat in goal.
If Navas had let one of those goals in, would you all of a sudden then say, "Oh, get rid of one of the defenders"? Then do you know what I mean? It's nothing to do necessarily to do with the defender. Also, as regarding bringing in better players, you play your best players. It's simple. I mean, I've said before on this channel when Pete Shilton was out, Cloughie said to the goalkeeper who was in, as soon as Shilton's back, he's back in. That's football. That's the way footballers have to, they have to fight for their place. It's not,
Exactly. Let's say we didn't bring Navas in and Hennessy played well, had a couple of good games, a couple of bad games, and Hendo's back. He knows Hendo's coming straight in. Doesn't matter how he could have had 2 clean sheets in a row. Hendo's coming in as soon as he's fit. So when it comes to the better players, they have to come in. And
it's a team game, isn't it, Ed? It's a team game. So the fact that we didn't let a goal in wasn't down to McKenna.
No. And also, different players will take it differently. There's certain players that being dropped, that will wreck them. But there's others that they'll
You,
take it
you,
as
you don't
like
want those
a
kind of
challenge.
players in your squad, do you?
No, exactly, and
You don't want
I
those kind
think we have got a couple of them in our squad, to be honest, on higher wages. But to be fair, Cooper has to know how to deal with them all individually, and I know that he does because he spends enough time to
he's a
them.
good man manager.
Yeah, his one-on-ones are legendary, and every player will say, how much time he spends with them, talking to them privately and personally, and so he'll know who can take that kind of dropping or rotation, and that's what it is. The better players fit, he comes in. So yeah, I understand the point, but I think horses for courses, and I think it's not black and white in every situation to do that.
Yeah,
And-
because it
and-
would
and-
make sense, wouldn't it? If I get when the argument is you don't take a striker banging in goals out of the team. I think that's something you don't do you? Like, who's scoring for
Yeah.
us at the moment? Jono. Yeah. Even though 2 weeks ago I thought he should be dropped for Scarpa on the right and then use him as an impact sub. Right now, his right boot is golden. It's
That's a great
different, isn't
point.
it? Yeah.
Because if you can draw a comparison to last season when we had Graben got injured, then Davis came in, and Davis was hot. But you weren't going to drop him for Surridge. The only way Surridge got in is when he got injured. So yeah, you're right. If it needs to be done, it needs to be done. But generally, you keep the form person in. But I say horses for courses, and I wouldn't have a problem with it.
and if I'm honest, I don't think we can sort of sit here and say that McKenna's been outstanding or anything like that.
I don't think anybody can say that.
And to address Joe's point about he'd perhaps leave Felipe till Man City, Joe, do you not feel that he's not played since November? He might need a bit of game time with the back four to make sure that the understanding was there, rather than just bring him straight into the City game.
I definitely feel, I feel that point that you've just made there is pretty much perfect, and it almost helps my case for not playing him in this game. If we bring him in and say he is the best defender that we've got available for us at the moment and bring him in straight in, he doesn't have that cohesion with the defensive unit. And if we're playing against a team where we might feel we've got a chance to sneak a point if we can keep a clean sheet, you have to be working together as one whole unit in the back. And if you just bring him in immediately there and he doesn't have that kind of knowledge and know-how, how the defence want to play, when they want to drop back, when they want to try and push up, it's
Does that mean you're accepting a defeat against City then? Because at some point, if he's coming in, there's got to be a first game.
Yeah, and I'm not accepting a defeat against City, but if there's a game where I feel there's more likely to get a result, is it going to be Fulham away or is it going to be against City at home? I'd probably say it's going to be Fulham away. I feel we're going to get more chance of smashing.
I might disagree with that.
Don't you think, Joe, we're so far away from home and so good at home that City is probably more likely than... if we beat Fulham tomorrow, I might call us to win the league. But I don't know, Joe. Do you fancy us more? And guys in the chat, Fulham or City? Who do you think we got a better chance of getting something from? But you're going with the away form, Lemmy.
Well, we did a stream this week about it, didn't we? So I don't want to kind of spoil what we all predicted, but my thoughts haven't changed from that. I'm pretty sure for the first few games, me and Ez were pretty much in cahoots because I think we both had splinters in our arse for the next couple of weeks.
Well, let's just remind the chat and remind them what they voted for, because I still happen to have it right here. Yeah. So, it's all there in writing. So for this Fulham game, chat, you went for a draw, chat. It's there. It's in writing. Ez, you gone for a draw, and you've gone for a loss. Oh, crap, so did I. Whoops. Oh, crap. I want to draw on the predictor, though. Sai's gone for a win. And Lemmy, you got those splinters on both of them. Oh, cool. Interesting. But Ant is probably the only one staying true to his word. Ant says that more likely Man City than Fulham. Interesting. Okay. But just a quick reminder, chat.
About it, but you've got to go on form at the moment. And form at the moment is that we are more likely to get a point at home against Manchester City than we are to get anything away from home. We've scored 3 goals away from home all season.
Martin disagrees with you and agrees with Lemmy.
I think it's just one of those where I mean, go back to last year where we played Fulham, we were kind of thinking if we could get a draw, then that really helps our playoff hopes. And then we won that game, and all of a sudden, everyone was looking at automatics.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we're all going to kind of be looking back at playing at Craven Cottage, and I've probably got my rose-tinted Forest goggles on at the moment and thinking, I would like to think we could try and replicate some of that, especially the amount of upgrades that we've managed to make to our squad since then. It's just, I feel like it is going to be one of those where we're playing a team that got promoted with us. So if we play players who we know have been able to do the job against them in years gone by, rather than try and bring in someone new who's not even played a minute for us yet, in a back line where everyone has to be working together, and if one of them kind of steps out of mark, you're going to concede. I mean, apart from the fact that we've got Keylor Navas in goal and he's not conceded a goal for Forest, so that clean sheet record is going to live on forever.
Just go back to the
Just before you
point.
jump in, Des, before you jump in, just one quick reminder. I am looking at Nottingham Now and Then's YouTube page, yeah? And I'm not seeing people subscribing to it. This is going to be like historic footage of Nottingham. This is a unique website. So can you please all go and hit subscribe? It's pinned in the chat. Just go press and hit subscribe. Bang, done. And I can stop whining about it. So quickly press it. Thank you guys so much. And hit the like while you're doing that as well. Ez, sorry, interrupted you.
I'll go back to a point that you guys made about the way they play, getting lots of crosses into the box. And I think with Felipe and Bolly in there, I like the shape of that. And Serge, I think he'll start tomorrow as well. I think he's kind of like done his little punishment, and he's fantastic in the year. I just like the look of that. It is a possibility that Cooper doesn't change it and he keeps McKenna in. But if he's going to change anything in that back line, I'd like to see Felipe get a start. I just think even if you give him an hour, and we discussed whether you can really take a centre back off, but I think in this situation you possibly can. I think the pressure's off us quite a bit, and Fulham had a great start to the season. They've not really had a really bad spell yet, but I expect them to have it at some point. I'm optimistic to think that we can play a part in that. But I think a draw tomorrow, we'd all be happy with a point from there tomorrow. A 0-0 draw, I would take a 0-0 ball draw from there. I think we need 12 more points this season. And from our away games, if we can get one more away win, and then just concentrate on our home results, and that would only be 2. Imagine we only got 2 away wins all season. That could be enough because of our home form has been that good. It could be enough.
It's and on this point from Keith, I didn't realise it till he said it, and I'm running through my brain here. McKenna and John are the only ones left from last season other than Cook and Colback. No, well, you mean Worrell and Colback. Cook's been dropped, hasn't he? Is that right? Or is someone missing?
What, in the squad?
Yates.
Yeah.
Yates, yeah.
That's it. I've done my job now. I'm not thinking any more than that.
There's a couple more now. Yeah, Worrell as well. Is he talking about? I think he's talking about starting 11. We got the legend, Mr. Harley Davison himself, Will Jones, in the chat. How you doing? From his bathtub. Oh, why did I read that? Why did I read that? Hope it's warm, mate. Hope it's warm.
Can I just address, because I'd not noticed this, but he's actually right. Iggy Tommy put in, why is Ant's head bigger than everybody else's? He means on the cartoon things. And I thought, bloody hell, especially with Ezra. But then I realised it's not just my head. My cartoon itself is bigger. It's not just my head.
Well, there is a reason for that. His ego is 3 times the size of mine, Ez's, and Lemmy's put together. So that kind of should explain it all. Bloody hell, it's huge, your head.
Now you mentioned it. Yeah.
I know. When I thought, how come I'd not mentioned it or noticed it before? Yeah, but it's
Surridge as well. Thing. Good shout, Tommy. Good shout. Yeah. It's okay. So the chat have gone for Felipe. I've gone for Felipe. Lemmy's gone for Worrell. We'll skip over it. You two have gone for Worrell as well, because I do tend to.
You never asked me. Well, you asked me, but you never got the answer because you went off.
All right, then. Well, give us
What
your
was yours
answer.
then?
Wait,
Well,
before you do, Poe, good to see you. Stacey, good to see you. Phil saying no ego
What I
is
get all
bigger
the
than
time.
Wolverines. I can't argue with that. Go on, answer away now.
Well, depending on Felipe's fitness, if he's actually fit and ready and available, I would stick him in. I would stick
He
him
is
in.
fit, ready, and available.
I
The
think so.
guy's
Right?
extremely experienced. He's extremely aggressive, and I think if he is going to play against City, personally, I think it would be a good idea to bed him in this game. That's how I feel. So
Yeah,
I
he's
would
not
go
been bored to
Felipe.
sit on the bench, has he? You know, whatever
I
happens, he's
don't
not
think he has. Yeah, I
No.
don't think he has. Yeah.
So-
So that's my choice anyway.
I didn't get to see you're not a Forest fan, but good luck, lads. Who does he support? I can't
Who
see.
do you support?
Who's that in the pictures? Winners. Oh, is that Chelsea? Oh,
Did
we'll
you
be
say winners
overtaking
and
you
Chelsea
soon,
in the
bro.
same
We'll be
sentence?
overtaking you soon.
Yeah.
Everyone else's ego is bigger than yours. Wait, who you talking about, Harold? Who you talking about? There's no way my ego is bigger than Ant's. No way. Adam Red, good to see you. Why would you bring Worrell back? I don't really get that one, lads. I mean,
Yeah, that's only Joe.
That's just
We've got to have a curveball. We've got to
that
have
was
a
Lemmy
curveball.
Cullis.
isn't
Don't
it?
point that one at us. We shot him down for it, but he made his argument. He made his point. Are you still sticking with it, Lemmy?
Yeah, I do understand, and I do fully agree. I want to put this out there. Felipe is definitely the better centre back out of Worrell and McKenna. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is the right game to go throwing him in. I also agree that we do need to try and bed him in at some point, and it does seem like we would be warming him up for future games. But in a game where we're kind of going into it, and we're all kind of thinking there's something that we can get from this game, I don't want that to be wasted and squandered for us to bed in a player.
What's the risk for you, Lemmy? Because there's a week between games. At the
Good
moment.
question. Ez, you're now the host because you can pressure him.
It is the fact that I think we were talking about form, and you wouldn't replace a player who's on form, especially when we were talking about Jono, and I agree with that. You wouldn't take someone who's up, like as an attacker, you wouldn't take them out if they're contributing. If they're getting assists and goals, you don't take them out because they're producing something. But that's because of usually when you're playing up front, it's an individual role that you're making. You're making the runs. You're kind of you have the teamwork to kind of rely on that someone's going to play you the ball once you make that run, and then you're going to do something, get around a couple of players, and then you're going to assume that another player is going to get into the right spot to play it to the spot. But that's kind of a link up between a couple of players.
So would you agree with Owen, Lemmy? Worrell's our best ball-playing centre-back. He just can't defend when someone runs onto him. But before you agree or disagree, quick shout-out. We've had... Oh, where's it gone? Oh, my. Bring him up. Just remember Owen's point. I'll just read them out. Andy Potter for becoming... Thank you, there it is. A 1 month gold member. You absolute legend. And... Oh, my...
Hey, well done, mate.
He forgot to cancel it. Thank you very much. So, would you agree Worrell's the best ball-playing centre-back?
Well,
And he can't defend.
I think he's definitely a better ball-playing centre-back than McKenna, and we saw that when we played
I'd agree with that.
He played... The McKenna cost us at least 1 point when we played against Bournemouth at home because he played an awful pass.
Correct.
But my kind of point that I was making back there is you don't replace attackers if they're on good form, but the defensive unit, all 5 of them, including the goalkeeper, have to be so in tune with each other and know where each one of them is to make sure that they're not accidentally playing someone onside or they're not stepping further forward than the line so that then they're creating a gap behind them.
Kind of counteract that as well, then.
Please do.
So, yeah, the last home game.
We'll come on to it.
He started with Williams at right back. Realised that wasn't working and brought Aurier back on. During the game.
Yeah,
And it made the difference. It actually improved.
Yeah, because
us.
I know we were kind of saying you don't replace defence because we kept a clean sheet. The entire first half, Keylor Navas was the sole reason we kept a clean sheet. The second half, we brought on Serge Aurier as the right back. All of a sudden, there's no more shots on target going towards Keylor Navas, and all of a sudden he's got an easy afternoon. But
basically the
up
main
until
threat,
that, yeah. But that first half, we were how we managed to keep a clean sheet is purely because of Keylor Navas, and I'm sure Ez can attest to this by the fact that he's managed to get a team of the week in FIFA. So that says
Did he get a
everything.
team of the week?
Yeah, he got a team of the week.
He did.
Forest's first
I'm gonna
walkout,
have to fire
I think.
FIFA back up. What is he? An 89 now?
Yeah,
90.
That's
No, dude,
90.
I'm sure I saw 90.
Stoney, what is he? Stoney will tell us.
Stoney will tell
Carlos, we'll come on to this. We got a lot of players to talk about. We got a lot of crap to get on with. Doug Days, good to see you. Hope you're well. Guys, remember, if you're in here and you haven't hit the like button, ask yourself why. If you have a good answer to that, still press like anyway. Yeah. And we are 19 away from 9K. So this could end up being a 9K party. He's an 89. I thought he would.
Just one last point, just to end the question.
All right, because we've got like 900 other players to talk about. Go on.
Yeah, I know. So just to answer, kind of put an end to, summarize the question from G. Cullis. And also, like, one of the great things about this channel is that we all have different opinions, and we'll debate them. We'll conflate our arguments. We'll do what we can do to get our points across. But there's no echo chamber here, mate. We all come up with different arguments, and we'll all defend our choices as well, mate. But yeah,
and then we'll tell each other how stupid each one's opinion is. Yeah, and then. All right. So let's move it up the pitch a little. I want to start with Ant now that he's. Did you have a number 2 or a number 1?
I had a piss. I don't know which number that is.
Wash your hands.
Why should I wash my hand? No, I'm not going to go down there. I just stopped myself just in time then.
Anyway, all right. I want to move it up slightly up the pitch, right? Double barrel questions. All right. Well done, guys. By the way, before we start, you've doubled Nottingham Now and Then from 10 subscribers to 20. Keep going. I want that. You guys should. I want 100 subs from by the end of the stream. Come on. Yeah. Go and look at his videos.
What about us? Somebody asked early on, where is the subscriber count? And I thought, where is it?
19 away from 9K. 19 away from 9K. Oh. The guys will get it done for us today. So go load up your Smurf or Spoof accounts. Subscribe with them. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. There's Nottingham Now and Then, as always, gracious in glory. So he's saying thank you to all you guys who have subscribed. Legends is red. Hello. Good to see you as well. K0, Fulham fan here. Love your content, bro. Hey, good to have you, bro. I'm surprised Fulham fans love my content when I cuss them down so much. But
as anybody does.
Maybe not be watching.
We've all seen the background pic, and don't worry, we know. Mm-hmm. Anyway, okay, Ant, we're moving this forward. And guys, in the chat, we're moving this forward for you guys as well. Because as always, it's what you say that matters. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't really. It's what Cooper does in the end that matters. And Danilo, is he under threat after that performance last week?
Yep.
And it wasn't a red.
Well, it was a red in my opinion, but
it wasn't, was it? Because he didn't get sent off, therefore it's not a red.
Oh, what about Manchester United? Anyway, we'll move on.
I'll go there.
His place is under threat. It was a very poor performance, but I'd still stick him in there because I've seen this guy and he's got such potential. I'd still stick him in there, but it is under threat. Well, I say it's under threat. Who's it under threat from?
Well, your boy Colback.
Yeah, true.
Wait, Will just gifted a membership to Chris S. Chris S was gifted one from Will. Chris S, welcome to the family, and you're an absolute legend, Will.
Thank you,
Mr.
Will.
Harley Davidson, for gifting that. Chris, make sure you thank him in the chat there. So thank you so much. Yeah, look, I'm not Colback's biggest fan, but he played okay in his role, on the stint. Would you consider him?
He played very well.
Not
would you start him? Would you start him?
I'm saying he played well. Didn't I say he played well?
No, you said he played okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll change it. He played well. But I don't think he's a starter. I agree.
I agree. I love Jack. I've said all along, I love Jack for coming on for that last 15, 20 minutes. Big dog, dog it about. Last 20 minutes when we need somebody in there. I agree. For me, he's not a starter. Danilo is obviously a far superior football player. And I've just said I would still play Danilo even though he had a bad game. So he had a bad game, his second game for us or whatever.
He's going to,
Yeah,
that's going to happen with him.
And I would play him. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the
My
chat.
big fear, I've said already. My big fear with Fulham is Paulinho.
Yeah.
Or Paulinho, I think it is.
Yeah.
So maybe Danilo can do something about him.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me.
Yeah.
Do you not think, right? And they're probably all going to unsubscribe now, but screw it, I'm going to say it. Do you not think we as a fan base are a bit reactive? I'll include myself, right? Someone has one crap game and they don't know how to play football anymore. Someone has a 20-minute spurge or a full decent game and suddenly they're the next Zidane. Are we a bit too on the old Richter scale when it comes to Forest fans? Or do you think there is an argument to be had? He's had one bad game, Danilo.
Sorry, one bad half actually.
Correct.
Yeah.
And guys in the chat, are you two? Are you gonna sell for the? I'm gonna make you all look in the mirror right now, and you're gonna look hard, deep into your brown, blue, green, purple, whatever color eyes you have. Right? Have a deep look inside yourself, and ask yourself this question: are you a flip-flopper? That's the question I'm asking. And you guys all self-answer. I'm not going to answer for you. I look like Billy Bob Thornton. Well, he's pulled a few, hasn't he? So I'll take
Oh,
that.
yeah.
All right, no, Billy Bob Thorne's quite good looking.
Why, thank you, Anne. Why, thank you. Why, thank
Sure
you.
he is.
He's nothing like Billy Bob Thorne.
I think he's
Anyway,
punching above
I've
his
given
weight,
Lemmy a
mate.
hard question here, and I want him to answer.
I'm sorry,
He's
you're gonna have to
damn
repeat
right.
it. Yeah, I'm
Go on.
getting sidetracked so much here. I'm just gonna be
He's
reminded
chatting
what
like
the
really
exact
lively
question
today,
was.
so sorry, Lemmy, I kept interrupting you.
Welcome to FFTV.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was about are we kind of all flip flopping? There's no kind of middle ground. We're either this is the best signing ever, or immediately we need to start benching him. And why did we ever buy him? Was that the question? Really,
Yeah,
am I paraphrasing?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we are to a degree. I'm pretty sure most football fans, who, regardless of whatever club they support, probably are to a degree. I'd imagine most Chelsea fans weren't especially pleased when João Felix got sent off in his first game. They were probably kind of looking at that and thinking, "What the hell have we done here? We've kind
That
of
cost
set
him about
ourselves up."
3 million, didn't it? With him not
Yeah,
playing.
exactly.
So yeah, I mean, we are going to be all at that, and I'd probably say, I'm probably speaking on behalf of everyone here and everyone in the chat. So if I'm kind of unduly doing that, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure we're all probably thinking Chris Wood is not the greatest striker that we could have signed, and we are
Breaking news, Lemmy with
we
some
are purely
next
basing
level
that.
breaking news there. Hold on, say it
ITK.
again, Lemmy, just for the ones who are half asleep. Hold on, let me wake them up for this one. Say it again.
Everyone here is probably thinking Chris Wood was not a great signing.
But let me ask you this. What does it matter if someone flip-flops? Like, this would be my question. Surely it shows someone who's not an asshole, not like hell-bent on the original decision they make, open to having their mind changed, yeah? Is that not better than someone who will say, like, this player is great and stick with him throughout the rest of his time when he's been crap, or this player is crap and not change their mind on him? Is it not almost better to be more of a flip-flopper than, like, be hell-bent because you want to be proven right? And let's face it, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case when Samba got sent off last season, and Horvath then got an extended chance to kind of prove his worth. We were then kind of thinking, definitely in the first couple of games, we were saying, yeah, he needs to be kind of taught a lesson. And then all of a sudden, Horvath was actually doing all right. And then we were thinking, yeah, maybe we don't take him out.
Cracking point by Toby. Bolly had a terrible debut against Villa, wasn't it? We wouldn't be without him now.
Renan Lodi, we were all kind of thinking, why are we starting him?
Whoa, not all of us. Not all of us.
75% of us.
The ones who knew, yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting.
Brandon Johnson, we were kind of calling for him to be started more on the bench because he wasn't able to prove it in the Prem, and now he's been our most prolific. Yatesy. Yeah, we were all kind of thinking he put the effort in, but he didn't have the ball skills. And now all of a sudden we're probably taken back in that central midfield in a heartbeat. So yeah, we are all very impulsive, dependent on what we've seen on that game, and I feel that just comes with being a passionate football fan. If you see someone that's not quite doing what you'd like them to do, you're immediately going to be more disheartened to playing them in the future, especially if you've ended up losing that game or throwing away a winning opportunity.
I mean,
So that's just part
I'd
of the
love to
course.
tell you, sorry. I'd love to tell you I've been listening to your last couple of sentences.
Yes, and he's been
It's good to see Ant the Hat's back. We've missed him, and congratulations on your move. And you know, he knows what he's talking about. He really does. Sorry, let me carry on.
No, I think I was pretty much at the end of that. So yeah, I think it is one. Danilo did have a pretty rough 45 minutes there, but he's a young lad. He's growing into the Premier League. He's a long-term prospect. We want to be trying to probably really help him develop and grow. And if that means starting him in these games, I probably want to start him off because he's going to have that energy and enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And then bring on Cole back if we are in a position to try and hold on to something or any kind of a result, as opposed to the other way around, where you're starting Cole back, you're automatically kind of residing to we're holding on for a draw.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree.
Yeah.
The chat is saying 94% Danilo, 6% Colback.
No, he's
so you know it's
Can I?
Go, mate. Of course you can, mate. That's what you're here for. Go on.
On Danilo, so I last time we all spoke, I hadn't seen the incident where he got the yellow card, and I've got to agree with Van. If VAR had checked that, he would have been. He would have got a red card. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm really surprised. He got away with one. But I also, when we brought him in, I said we're gonna have to take the rough with the smooth with him a little bit. He is one of those players. And our good friend Mario warned us about that as well. He has got an occasion where he loses his head. He did it in a Copa Libertadores semi-final, didn't he? And of course, he got himself sent off in the semi-final of basically the Champions League. So he has got that bit about him, but I think we have to persist with him because the long term with him is going to be, I think, amazing. Kind of touching on what Lemmy said, much rather start him, and then if he's struggling after a little while, bring Cole back on. Because I think Colback's done that fantastically. I know Wolverine doesn't want to really give him confidence, but you and I, and we've seen it, the last few games...
We know football, mate. We know
football, yeah. Last few games, he's done it, and he's absolutely won me round this season. He really has, because he's been key in those games to hold on to the 3 points or the point when we've had to do that. So I'd like it that way round. I think Danilo is definitely one that we've got to persist with. I'd be interested to see if Shelvey's any closer. I think Shelvey will get himself on the bench.
I was just going to move on to that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. But I got to say, Roy is spot on. If we all thought the same, there'd be no need for FFTV. Absolutely. And this is the point of this channel. You can go to other YouTube channels where there are echo chambers and stuff. But on here, we'll just make sure that every view is heard. It doesn't matter how ludicrous. I think I've probably said the most ludicrous thing the season, saying fourth. Well, me and Ann. Yeah? And I'll be ludicrous again, and I still think until it's mathematically impossible. Who knows? We were bottom of the championship last season. But all thoughts are welcome because there's no football fan that can say they're more of a fan or less of a fan. So anyway, let's talk about, and good timing because Ant's mate's here, Spacebar. It's just like the old days, the Newcastle United midfield of 2016. So let's talk about that. And there's my man, Kevin. Thanks for the shout out, guys. Top channel, Kevin and Lewis. Lewis, this is past Watershed. Kev,
still here.
If he's watching, put the ear mufflers on because Ant's in the house. Ant's in the house. But thanks, Kev. Good to have you. Yeah, he's in bed. Okay, good. Okay, Ant, Shelvey, or Shelbyville, as I call him. Yeah. He's close to fitness. It seems like he's more interested in starting than Cooper starting him, as in he's keen to start, which I like, which I'm not against. But isn't this the kind of player that when they're telling you they're fit, you still have to ignore what they're saying and rely on what the, oh God, do I say it, the medical staff to give you the final say on it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can't take any notice of football players. I mean, they're stupid, aren't they? I mean, they want to play, and you can't blame them. So, you take no notice of them. I'm actually getting kind of low key excited about Shelby coming into that side. I mean, it sounds stupid.
Whoa!
But
Did you just say low key? Did you?
Yeah,
Did,
I'm down with it. I'm
someone
down with the
clip
kids.
that?
I'm down
Wait.
with the kids, mate. I'm down with the
You've
kids.
been around Charlie Tula. He said low
Yeah, that's
key.
what it is, isn't it? It's Charlie's influence.
Did you see how he tried to slip that in?
He's on the DL.
Yeah, well, in IRL, you gotta take these things on board, haven't you?
Oh, Lemmy's gone.
But nevertheless, I am.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
this
am.
is falling into chaos.
And I
Oh,
actually, weirdly enough, I saw a training video. I saw a training video today, and Shelby did this. It's no big deal, It was
can you just and Mike
He did this
and
kind of-
Mike
he did-
and Mike?
Hello.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw a training video today, and it's only a training video. It's no big deal, but I saw him do this kind of loop pass out to the wing, and I thought, "Fucking hell, that was good." That was good. So yeah,
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah. So I'm quite keen to get him into that side.
Yeah.
Don't know where, don't know how.
All right, Ann. All right. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm going to ask you. Where are you putting him?
Yeah, well. How long we got?
Well, low key, we've got a while, so.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. We've got too many good midfielders now, haven't we?
I'll go.
Honestly, I'm not like bullshitting or anything. Honestly, I want him in the team, but I don't want to drop anybody. Can we go back to my 12-man team?
No, we can't.
No, go on. Right, can I go? I'll jump in then because I want to make
you
sure.
jump
I'm
in. I'm worried about Lemmy. I'm worried about Lemmy, man.
Before you do, Ez, very quickly, I
He's
want to say
alive,
one thing.
Go on,
One
mate.
thing. I don't know if people have noticed. I keep
Lemmy's
looking over
back.
because that's where I can see the comments on my TV. Our chat is fucking scintillating, man. They're
love
the
them.
best.
We have
They
got a
are
best chat, but-
intelligent,
Low-key
and they are funny, and they are naughty. They are so, honestly.
I gotta say, right? I mean, I've done streaming for years. Yeah, you just there's not a better chat. There's not a better chat, man. And like, you know them all now, innit? You know them all. Even the new ones that come in, they just jump straight into the rhythm of it all. It's
fantastic.
you gotta love them. You gotta love them.
I could
go
just
on,
sit and watch
as
the
you're
chat.
jumping
I'd be
in.
quite happy, Anyway, go on, Ez. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, you kind of touched on his fitness, and it's something Cooper mentioned in his pre-match about how much extra information Newcastle gave on his recovery, which isn't the norm. And he said that, they've really looked at his program and they've passed on all the notes and they've really gone that extra mile with passing on extra information to us. So we've got.
Doesn't that worry you? Doesn't that show like an extra keenness to get rid of him, man?
It shows a building of a very good relationship. We'll all agree their manager's one of the best in this league, and if both our managers have that kind of relationship, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that progress. We've already got a couple of plays in, and I will go on to what we think in formations. Well, I'll say what I think the formation will be tomorrow. I think he'll play.
No, you can do it later. We're not there.
Well, I'll say he'll play three in midfield, and that's where I'd probably slot Shelby in the middle of the three.
Wait, so you would put Shelby in?
Yeah, Shelby, Freuler, and Danilo for me. Those three.
All right, well, seeing that you've gone there, I might as well let the chat go there as well. Chat, who's your midfield three? How the hell do I even do this in a poll? I don't know. Let me.
with a few options then.
Can I just respond to this?
No, go on.
Well, then we did, blood.
What one, bro? Stoney knows what he's talking about, isn't he? We are going to turn into expressions soon, mate. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Brett's saying, I think Shelby and Danilo are okay, the same role. I mean, that's what I would come back to you with, Ez. If you're going to go Freuler, Danilo, Shelby, who's your, like, box to box? Who's your holder? Who's your...
Yeah, so it's going to be a staggered three. So the holder for me is Shelby. Then you've got Freuler slightly ahead of him, and Danilo's your box to box. He's the one with the most energy. He's the one who can get forward and get back, and he's tenacious in his tackle. So he's that's the way I'd do it. I think Shelby's got a good enough tackle on him. He's a big lad. You know, you're not going to get too many balls over top of him. He's got an amazing range of passing, and I think it just would work really well. I'm sure they've been trying it out, and Cooper's come up with several different combinations in that 3 or 2. I think eventually he'll go to a 2 because I do want to see a striker played as a striker. But I think for tomorrow, I think he's going to play the false 9 and he's going to play the 3 in midfield.
Oh God, really? Yeah. Well, we'll get onto the attack in a minute. So you've already jumped. No, you jumped us for me. No.
Okay,
I'm going to come to Lemmy. I'm going to ask you about this Shelby question in a second, guys. I'm going to put the poll out. And I don't want any of the usuals. Tommy, I'm looking your way saying, what kind of question is this? The question is very simple. You are going to make the assumption that Shelby is going to be put into the team. I know he might not be fully fit. I know he might not play. I don't care. I'm going to still do the question anyway, right? Who would he replace out of the 3 that were in there last time? That's going to be your question. So, Lemmy, Shelby, where are you on Shelby?
I think I agree. I can't remember if it was either someone in the chat or what Ez was kind of saying in terms of his kind of ability and what kind of role he'd fill. I see him more as kind of a Danilo kind of role. I think not so much as a box to box sense. Obviously, he's not quite got that energy and enthusiasm to make those kind of runs anymore. But the kind of outball that he can produce. I remember kind of seeing Danilo and having a look at all of the highlights from Palmeiras, and we've already seen it when we played Man United at home in the League Cup that set up the goal that then got ruled out. He is able to kind of produce those kind of passes, and that's going to free up and kind of create some opportunities in attack. So I know that John Joe's also his ability to kind of do that. That's what he's probably most known for. If not, it's hitting an absolute thunder bastard from about 30 yards and it goes into the top corner. But if that happens every blue moon, we'll see what it is. But I'd say if we were going to bring John Joe Shelby in and bring him in straight away, it is a really difficult one to kind of say who you'd want to take out. If it was a like-for-like replacement, it would be Danilo, and I wouldn't sit easy with that. I'd want to be keeping him in there, especially because he's going to have the pace and the enthusiasm and the energy to keep going for about 70 minutes to then be a replacement. And if he was then replaced by John Joe Shelby, I think that would be a really opportune substitution to have on the bench. But if you were starting him, you'd probably want to start him alongside Danilo, take out probably Mangala, and then play Freuler a bit more of a seated back position to then try and conduct stuff.
Okay, I think Chapo has absolutely nailed it. This is my prediction. If it's wrong, I'm going to blame Chapo. And what do you think of what Chapo said here? Because we've seen this substitute happen a billion times where Mangala goes off usually for an O'Brien or a Colback or whatever. Do you think this is probably what's in Cooper's mind? And Shelby on 60 minutes probably for Mangala, knowing Cooper.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
Probably how we would do it, yeah.
For some reason, Mangala can't seem to last the pace, can he? It's a little bit concerning, actually, because you don't want a player that can only play 60 minutes, do you? But, you know, we'll be patient with him. But, yeah, I could see that happening. I could see Mangala being on... That's a perfect scenario. Mangala being on for 60 minutes, then bring Shelby on. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and hopefully we're in a decent position by that stage as well.
Yeah, that always helps.
That always helps, and I think he can. I like what Spacebar said, that he would be the base of that 3, and he played like a quarterback, and I think he can do that. But maybe he can do that better. Yeah, I mean, his passing is fantastic, and like I said, I remember him when he was a 16, 17-year-old, made his debut for Charlton, and you looked at him, and he's a big lad anyway then for his age, and he stood out. And you could see that he had something about him. He maybe hasn't quite hit the heights, but to be fair, he's played at Liverpool. He's played in the Premier League for the last 7, 8, 9 years. How
And
much
the,
wood
and the,
do you want?
Geordies seem to appreciate him. So what are you saying then? Are you saying that you're low-key excited about him making it?
Yeah, on the down low, yeah, I'm quite low key excited.
Oh my god! All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. Right,
Same way, dear blood.
Let me. Just a couple of the boys pulling you up on some stuff. Mark saying, can't believe that Lemmy's only referred once so far about Navas only having conceded no goals yet.
Oh, so we've got plenty of time.
And then Keith saying, did Lemmy say Thunder Bastard? There should be
Yes.
a movie called Thunder.
I did say that. I got halfway through saying the word thunder, and then I had a second word that I wanted to follow up with that, and thought that's probably not TOS safe for YouTube. So I
Kev found it funny as well. Kev found it funny as well. Guys, we're 18 away from the big 9K. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do. I hope you're enjoying this stream. I've also opened up a Q&A because in the mood you lot are in, I thought it'd be fun to get some of your weird and wacky questions in. So get those in. And let's pick up some messages and then we'll move on to talk about the attack. And this is going to get
Can I just respond to Kieran? Yeah, no, Kieran, none of us are saying that he's a bad player. Mangala. Mangala's a great player. I love him.
Yeah, no.
It's just his fitness is a little bit of a concern. That's all.
It is, and you know what? What a choice for Cooper to have. What a headache for him to start having now. You know,
great. Yeah.
Can I just throw something out there? Yeah, I don't want to do it because it's going to take us into a tangent.
Go on then.
Scarpa for Mangala. Forget Shelby. Forget Mangala. Scarpa in the midfield. Would anyone be interested in that?
Not me.
No.
Would you rather Scarpa was on the bench because he's not putting in that front three?
No. Scarpa's going to play instead of Wood tomorrow.
You're dreaming.
Watch.
I mean, it's a wet dream for me as well. I know, but still, it's not happening.
Watch him right. He's been resting him, mate. He's been resting him.
I don't know. All right, we'll get into the attack in a sec. Let's just
before we do. Sorry, mate. But before we do, I just want to go back to Keylor Navas. I was a bit skeptical. I am no longer skeptical.
One game. You flip-flopper. One game.
Hey,
you know
one
game.
Hey. I am proud to be a flip-flopper. Anybody that doesn't change their mind when new evidence has come to light
is a knob.
Yeah, is a moron.
Okay? I've seen him play and I like him.
And you know what? People go on about his wages. Obviously, PSG are covering more than 50% of that. But why are his wages so high? Because he's one of the best in the world. We've got one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
On that Navas point, I really don't want to go down there.
I wasn't just impressed with his shot stopping. I was impressed with his presence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's trying to wind you up,
those defenders must think, we've got Keylor Navas behind us. You know,
exactly. He's trying to wind you up, Ant. Well done, Ant. Pictures are straight. I think we've helped you. Is Dice the real deal? We are not unleashing Dice on Ant right now.
Of course he is. Of course it's
can I just say one thing? I can't
keep
keep up with this chat. You guys are so quick. Yeah, Kev's proud to be a flip-flopper. Well, I think there's nothing wrong with flip-flopping. On Navas, this sums it up for me. My brother, you all know him as Simple As. He's jealous that we got Navas. And now that Lloris is out, he's like, why the hell did Spurs not go for him? Why the hell did
I saw on Sky Sports the other day, I can't remember who it was, a couple of guys on there were saying, and Forest have got Keylor Navas. Can you believe what's happening? You know?
Yeah. I think it's really not just not really kicked in for some of our fans, but he's one of the best in the world. And you're right. I bet there's some top 6 teams looking at it and saying, why the hell didn't we go in for him? And Spurs, I don't think Spurs are top 6, but yeah, Spurs are one of those teams looking at it thinking, why the hell?
Yeah, when you think they're bringing in Fraser Foster for their
and he played against us in the cup and he was crap.
Yeah, and we've got Keylor Navas anyway.
Anyway, right, so this is going on a tangent. I want to bring it before we go into the strikers. We've got a lot to talk about the strikers, right? Let's bring in some of your questions. Tricky Mickey has put. This is a tough question here. It's a tough question. I got to come to my reliable.
Every single tough question. Come to me. I'll take the flag.
Come on, man. Can I get to these two with the tough questions? Seriously?
Because you're the only one with brains, Lemmy. That's why.
All right. I'll tell you what, Lemmy.
That's all right. No, it's all right.
I will come to you, but I'll show you why I come to you. Ant, question from Tricky Mickey, right? Watch, and you're going to divert this straight to Lemmy. Does Yates come in when he's fit for Mangala?
That's not a tricky question.
Oh, I think you ought to ask Lemmy that one.
Exactly. Let me.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely yes.
Yates comes back in, does he?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you-
For
Over Mangala, yeah. Definitely.
Ooh, okay.
I think what they've kind of shown on the pitch, Yates and Mangala, has almost been semi-relevant. I think Yates is probably more playing for the badge. He throws more into it. Mangala's probably a bit better on the ball, but we have seen over the past couple of games that he is a bit of a liability with a few passes that have led to a couple of counter-attacking chances that has then gone against us. Obviously, that's not going to matter because we've got Keylor Navas in goal, so we're just going to keep keeping clean sheets. There's the second time
Has he
I mentioned
conceded
it.
any? Has he
Fuck off.
conceded any?
No.
No. Okay.
Also, going back on that point about Keylor Navas, I like how now everyone's now kind of switched to my side. I'm pretty sure it was the stream of deadline day when we kind of said Navas had signed and we were saying, oh, who would we rather start, Navas or Henderson? I was the only person that said Navas. Everyone else said Henderson. And then one game in.
We didn't understand the question.
One game in.
No, I remember it because I ripped you a new asshole for it, didn't I? I said, "Where's your loyalty to Hendo?"
Yeah, but
now
we
he's
didn't
got, now he's got the beer in his hand, sipping it, thinking he's the man. All right, well, let's see
Yeah.
if the chat agree. Let's see if the chat agree. Right, we are gonna put the question out. Which is the best key? Wait, what do we want? Who starts or who's the best keeper?
No, see, this is what I thought
That was
last time.
That was
Who
where we
starts?
were getting.
Yeah,
This
but
is
the
where we were
question
getting.
is
Well, I'm
a bit
gonna
of
ask
debate.
who starts. Who starts? Assume all are fit. Who starts? Right? Hendo, Navas,
Hennessy.
Recall
If I
Smith.
put Hennessy,
Bring him
they're
back.
in the mood where
Recall
they're going to
Smith.
troll.
Or Recall Smith.
You can put Worrell in goal, mate, if you want 4 options.
I'll go
He's
with
played in
3
goal
because I
for
know
us.
they're already going to troll. All right. What were we talking about? We're doing the. So I'll leave that Q&A, that poll.
The main
So you're
question
saying
was
he would
about
come
Yates.
straight back in, yeah?
Yeah, Yates comes straight back in for me.
Okay, let's do another question and we'll move on to the attack. Stoney says, I hope you've hit the like button, Stoney. I hope the rest of you have as well. What are your
Wolverine,
current
just before you carry on,
opinions?
Wolverine, sorry. Did you get that super chat from Ant Nahat? I think you might have missed
No.
it, mate. There's a super chat in there.
Sorry, I'm doing.
Sorry, we stopped the stream for super chats because we give him a round of applause. But yeah, it's in there.
Am I?
Yeah,
Am
stopping
I?
the stream.
Hi.
Have you gone to sleep?
Hi.
He has gone to sleep. Hang on, let me see if I can
Wake
find
up.
Okay,
I
well, it's from
found
Ant Nahat anyway, and he
I
said,
got it.
"You got it."
Thank you,
Yeah,
Ant Nahat.
thank you.
Apologies that Omar is not on it. Thank you so. Wait, we're gonna give him an air horn and a round of applause. Sarpenia instead of wood. That is going to be our next topic of.
I like his thinking.
And Ez, you can start this one off, Ez.
Yeah, we're going. Didn't we? Okay, yeah, we'll go straight there. I would do that. I think you go 4-3-3, false 9 tomorrow. Go play on a counter attack and bring Scarpa back in for Woodsy because he's played Woodsy in the wrong position. He's tried to play a little bit more as the number 9 against Leeds, but it still didn't work. His hold up play is not quite there for me. Maybe it's a lack of match sharpness, but he's played enough games this season, so it's not as if he's been just. He's been totally underused, so I was a little bit disappointed with Woodsy, but I'd love to see Scarpa back, and he's had enough of a rest. You know, it's been torturous for us not seeing him even get a minute against Leeds last week. So yeah, we need Scarpa back, and that's the switch I would make. Scarpa for Woodsy.
And are we at the stage where it's okay to call Wood shit? Because he's getting a lot of shit comments in the chat.
Oh, I don't
from
think-
Newcastle and Forest fans.
Yeah.
No, I think he'll still play his part.
I don't think that's fair to call Wood shit.
No, I don't agree.
But I'd start Scarpa over him.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. If you're not going to call him shit, which is fair enough, yeah.
No,
What are you going to call him?
It's not. Come on, let's be fair. It's not. I've not seen a load of crosses going in at head height for him and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And that's basically, I think, what we've bought him for. I assume. I can't see we bought him for his dribbling skills and whatever. You know, I think we bought him to head those balls in, and it's not had them. So I think in certain circumstances, you know, if we're 1-0 down with 15 minutes to go and we need a goal and we decide to go long ball, I mean, I've not particularly seen that yet, but if we
Yeah, it's not
do,
worked.
you know, it might work. You know, who knows?
Yeah. To be fair,
Yeah.
if we go long ball, I'd probably bring Surridge on. I think he's done better with the long ball. To be fair, but yeah, I wouldn't start him tomorrow. And it's not. I think he's underperformed.
Ez,
Sorry.
just remind me, because obviously I've forgotten. Just remind me how many headed goals Sam scored.
No, I didn't say about headed goals. I said about flick-ons. I said get
Ez, remind me, do not other people on this platform say that Surridge is it? I want to quote it right.
the best
Best
finisher.
finisher in the club. Is
Yeah,
that right?
I wasn't talking about his finishing. I was talking about flicking the ball on. He did that better than Chris Woods last week. So that's what I said.
I agree. I agree. But
Neither of them can score
who's he
goals.
flicking it onto?
To MG Dub and to Brennan Johnson and people getting past him. But it worked. It worked better when Surridge came on last week. He held up the ball better.
I agree.
He flicked it on better, and that's the point I was making.
I agree.
That's
I
what.
agree.
Yeah, but you're also right. There was no chance creation for Woods last week, and he's not been given any crosses, anything to really go for. The only time he got the ball in the box was when the keeper rushed out of nowhere, and he was like confused what to do with it. He had three players waiting for the cross. Thank you so much.
I'm not applauding you, as I'm applauding Kieran. Wolverine, are you Steve Cooper in? We talked about the Steve Cooper in out at Crystal Palace. And at that stage, there is no point in sacking him past that. So that's where I changed. So for me, and he's learning. Cook's gone off.
Nothing wrong with flip-flopping, mate.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it is what it is. But let's we are united as a fan base now. I think
credit where credit's due. Cooper's got better and better as the season's gone on. He's learning.
Even his interview. I don't know if you caught my video today.
Yeah.
His interview, I know it sounds small, but his interviews are much better, where he's talking with authority and confidence. And
Like
that is obviously coming from the
Premier
wing.
League manager. He's talking like a Premier League manager.
That's the word. Whereas, do you remember when you look at the Leicester, the Bournemouth ones, and all those? He looked gone. He looked lost.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. Sorry, Ez.
Yeah, no, he looked like a rabbit in the headlights, and the team did as well at that stage. With the capitulations we had, that 5-game losing streak was horrendous for us to go through as fans, and they stuck with him, and I've seen the improvement, and I'm seeing that he's becoming more confident. He's got great charisma in those interviews. You know, they all seem to love him in terms of press, and I think why wouldn't we admit when we're wrong? You know, that's how it works.
I wasn't wrong.
It's not about being wrong or right. It's not about being wrong or right. It's about there's no one you'd want to be wrong about, would there? Than this.
You're right.
And like, I'm not saying he's there. I'm not saying he's there. He's still like someone just said here, Tim. Why are we playing Wood on the left? Yeah. There's still things that he's learning.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for him to learn in a position at 13th rather than the bottom of the league and adrift. You know what I mean? So I'm still Forest first before Cooper first. That will never change. Yeah. But we are where we are. Okay, let's get into this striker debate. You mentioned about bringing Surridge in ahead of Wood, Ez. Lemmy, the name that's not been talked about is this one. IU said that Cooper now has tough love. Yeah, there was a lot of change. I've heard some things as well, how Cooper changed behind the scenes after, I think it was the Spurs match. But I just want to talk about IU, not about what's being said here. Is IU not one for the reckoning ahead of Wood and Surridge? Now, there is the debate where, I can't remember where you sit on him, Lemmy. Do you think he's a winger or a striker?
IU?
Yeah.
Definitely. No, I think this is the first time I've been asked this, and it's definitely a striker over a winger. In terms of who do we play in that position, it is dependent on what kind of formation we're trying to play. Yeah.
Don't worry, Mark. Don't worry. If we lose tomorrow, I'm sure I'll have a lot to say. Flip flop. God, let me. Sorry.
No, I feel like it is dependent on what formation we play, and I feel like that's almost the key question that we're asking, especially when we're kind of looking forwards at who's playing at the top end of the pitch. I feel like I'm pretty sure we'd all be in agreement in terms of if you had to pick an attacking player who you'd want to start every single game, the first one on the team sheet has to be Morgan Gibbs-White.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Wait. You're not putting Navas first. Your boy Navas, let me.
No, he's an attacking.
As an attacking
Sorry.
midfielder.
I'm surprised you didn't put Navas in. Okay, yeah.
I'm sure Navas would be able to keep a clean sheet from sprinting back from attacking midfield into net and produce like a scorpion kick to make a save. But no, in terms of like an attacking player, we'd all want Morgan Gibbs-White as the first player on the team sheet, and he's definitely our most productive player. I think it's been shown in a lot of stats and charts that we've been able to see.
Love you, Morgan.
So he always has to be able to feature in the start in lineup. His best position is always going to be in the middle because that's where he's going to be able to create the most productivity. We don't want to kind of isolate him out on the wing.
Yeah.
But if we're then trying to tailor an attacking lineup that's then still got enough in midfield and defence that we don't concede a lot of goals, which we've seen has been a problem throughout the season, how do you then try and line up the attack? And we've kind of seen it at the moment where we're playing a 4-3-1-2 with Morgan Gibbs-White as that attacking midfielder, and then he's playing as a false nine really, and then you're playing two strikers that are playing out on the wing, and you're immediately setting yourself up for a bit of a shot in the foot if you're then trying to play your Chris Wood as one of those strikers, because he's been playing as a winger to accommodate for being able to play our best player as Cam.
Agreed.
Gunners.
Agreed. So yeah, it just doesn't work. So I'd rather have Scarpa in there and make it more of a flat three rather than a false nine or such. And they're a lot more fluid, and maybe even play around with what we've kind of discussed about. Maybe trying Brennan on the left-hand side, Scarpa on his favoured right, and seeing how that works. I'm going to ignore that comment by Iggy for me. But yeah, I just think he's not going to start with Wood tomorrow. I think he'll start with a 3. Play on a counter-attack. Do they still play Tim Ream in the centre of their defence? And
he's been their best player this season.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, to be fair, they've not conceded a lot of goals. They've had a very good start to the season, half of the season, first half of the season. But I think they're the kind of players that our pacey attackers can get at. And I think we will play that way. You'll play a low block and you'll get them on a counter-attack. And that's how I believe we'll start tomorrow. We've got to kind of take it, mate. I say a point away from home, where we are at the moment. In the table,
I'd take a point away from home. But
what we need, and what we need for just to get to that survival mark, let's just do what we need to do. We're not going to see beautiful football until maybe last few games of the season.
2025.
He's not going to play until we're safe. He's not going to play expansive until then, and I wouldn't risk it either, in his position. So I would play a bit more compact and try and hit on the counter attack tomorrow, and I think that's what we'll see. So I don't think Woods will be part of that attacking 3 for me tomorrow.
I don't see him not starting, and surely he's gonna start Wood, because you're gonna look at this as an ugly match, a physical match. He's gonna want that presence, isn't he? And are you buying this false 9? Go back to that PS.
I think he'll play Wood. I mean, we could be wrong, but I think he'll play Wood. I really do, because I think that's what he's bought him for.
Yeah.
So
I missed a question. So the question was about Ayew, wasn't it? Would you start Ayew ahead of Wood? Yeah, would you start Ayew ahead of Wood? And if you ask me that question...
I would personally start Ayew over Wood, yeah.
I was going to say I would. Yeah, if you ask me that question, I think I'd start Ayew ahead of Wood.
Yeah, ask him that one.
Play one of the two.
Do you mean you would start him, or you would?
Right. I will go with Ayew. Let's just make it plain and simple. But yeah, I think if he's going to play one of the two, Ayew's the one for me.
I think he'll start Wood, but I would play Ayew. Yeah.
I got to ask the chat. I got to ask the freaking chat. I got to ask you this question, chat, right? Would Wood start, or are you serious? No. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Where's my stupid question thing? Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Who would you start, right? Who would you start? Right, so your option... Oh, I put who would you star? Star and Wood? No. Wood, Ayew, or false 9? Should I put false 9 as the third option?
Yeah, false 9 as an option.
Wait. Let me put Surridge in, because he is the best finisher.
Okay, Surridge and false 9 then.
All right. So, oh bloody hell, where's Ant gone? I just turned back to the screen and it's disappeared. So yeah, there's the question. Holy crap! IU's got off to a flyer there.
Does he?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, what do you think formation wise then, you two? I don't know. I can't remember who I asked last, so you decide between you.
Go on, let me you go.
I think we've not really deviated from a 4-3-1-2 so far in the calendar year of 2023.
Yeah.
And we've not lost a game in the Premier League.
But is it really a 4-3-1-2? I mean, I know Tommy's in here, and freaking hell, I'm not going to lie, Tommy, you do my head in with your formation stuff, because I know it's not a 4-3-1-2.
No, it's not.
He'd agree, because Jono is a right winger in that, isn't he? So it's like a 4-3-1-1, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And that's where it gets a bit lost in the sauce, because we are playing Morgan Gibbs-White as an attacking midfielder. We are playing Brennan Johnson as a winger, and then we're playing a striker as the other role up front. So it immediately gets really lost, and I feel that's where I'd kind of probably think we'd be better off trying to, especially if we're trying to play Johnson as someone who's going to be able to call back, get dropped more into the midfield, provide more defensive coverage on the wing. If we start Scarpa on the left as a natural left-footed player as well, you then open it up to be more of like a 4-3-3 with a false 9, as opposed to
I just want to ask you a question on that in a second, because it's something else I want to get under the bonnet of. Nottingham Now and Then's asking how many from 9K. We've gone back. We're 19 away from 9K. and where are you guys who are subbing to Nottingham Now and Then? I'm looking at him now. He's got 22 subscribers. You guys should be ashamed. His videos are like next level. They're his Instagram reels on Nottingham. It's like so historic. It's crazy good. Please go and hit that link right now. If I'm going to put it in the chat, because I know if I don't, you guys are too lazy not to click stuff. So there you go. Lazy. I can't. Just click on that link that I've just put in there. And,
how many likes we got?
How many likes? Oh, God, we're going through the admin stuff. 135 likes with 220 odd of you in here. So please hit that like button. But more importantly, just go support Nottingham Now and Then.
He's do that now.
So genuine. Such a lovely guy.
Top guy,
I just want to bring it back to this question, because we are in agreement. Well, at least me and you are in agreement. I don't know if the chat is that Jono, although on paper it's a 4-3-1-2, Jono's playing out wide on the right, yeah? Do you not think we're just, again, doing what we did last season and totally ignoring the left-hand side? Are we just, what are we doing with this left-hand side, in your opinion? Are we just saying, Logi, on your bike, son, get up, you're the left winger here? How do you see the balance?
If there is. That's, I think where you close that question there with, is there any balance? Not really so much. I know that Logi is probably the more attacking-minded fullback out of him and Aurier, and would rather be able to keep Aurier sticking back, maybe getting more towards the halfway line if he has to make more of an advance rather than trying to make an overlap over Brennan, whereas we'd be more than happy to see Renan Logi kind of making those overlapping positions to be able to ping it across from the left-hand side. In the final kind of state of things, I'm pretty sure me and you are in agreement that we'd love to be able to see a 4-2-3-1. We're just not at that point defensively yet where we can really defend if we get hit on the break with the 4-2-3-1.
That's it.
And that is my main concern with that. And I feel like we're almost caught in limbo between playing like a 4-3-3, a 4-3-1-2, and then trying to make that transition into a 4-2-3-1, where we're trying to find that left winger that can then almost be the perfect mirror reflection of Brennan Johnson down the right wing. We're just not there. I know a lot of people will probably say, well, we've got Dennis to be able to do that, but I think I'm probably sitting in the camp of, Dennis he's got the pace and the ability and the technicality for it, but we've just not seen it in the games where I'd feel comfortable and confident that we can start him as a left winger and either try and transition into a 4-2-3-1 or just play him as one of the three attackers, and then you're almost losing Morgan Gibbs-White by then trying to play a 4-3-3. I'm
you make valid points. Look, I'm not going to flip-flop on Dennis until I've seen him have a run of 4 or 5 games. Am I confident he's going to get
Yeah, I
that?
think
No.
you're going to see that. Yeah,
And what I'm holding on to, when we played Brentford at the City Ground, I remember me and Ant were watching, like, the people around us were giving him pelters, because he started that game. But he was progressing the ball. He was making runs. He was one of the people, or only few there, attacking into that.
You know what?
And
He
Cooper
loses
came out
the ball.
after, though. Cooper came out after. We played MG Dub, Jono, and Dennis as a front three. And he said he quite liked that front three. I just think he needs 4 or 5 games, but I don't think he's going to get it. And it's a bit annoying. But go on,
You're probably right on both points. So that's what he needs, but I don't think that's what he's going to get. I think it's too late in the day for that to happen. But he does frustrate me with the amount of times he loses the ball, and that is what every fan's frustration is with him. And he's lost the ball more than any other player that I've seen when he's on the field. And there was a stat on his last game. I think it was a game against Wolves actually, where he started and actually scored a goal from that Morgan Gibbs-White cross. And he lost the ball more than any other player on the pitch, and you see it every single time. But I just want to go back to what we're saying about...
Can I just argue that back with you, right?
Sure.
Because against Leeds, the person who lost the ball most for Forest, do you know who it was?
Probably Danilo.
Morgan Gibbs-White.
Was it?
Yeah. So how can we hold Dennis with what? I want to bring you in because I know we used it. But how can we like hold that ball losing thing against Dennis, but then not use it against Morgan Gibbs-White? You know, it's a bit double standardy, isn't it?
Well, no, it's not, because they're different levels, mate. Because how often does Morgan Gibbs-White lose a ball? But how often does he do something that changes the game for us?
Exactly.
I'm seen that from Dennis.
I'm not arguing against Morgan. I love Morgan. Go on, Ant.
I was going to say, you have to be a bit careful with stats, because do you know the player that loses the ball the most for Manchester City?
Probably Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, it will be. He creates
Hold
the
on
most.
1 second while everyone soaks that information in. He's just too generous. He's too Nottingham now and then has just donated 5 memberships.
Wow.
Gifted.
What a legend.
5 memberships. Thank you so much. Those of you who Morgan Gibbs-White. Shout out Nottingham now and then. Graham, congratulations. You just got a membership gifted. Billy Bones, congratulations. You just got a membership gifted.
Welcome.
Funkface, you just got a membership gifted. Cam, congratulations to you as well. That's way too generous of you, bro.
So nice
that really is. So thank you so much. And Graham, I don't know if I said Graham as well, but Graham has. He's too. If I'm gonna check his subscriber count now, if it's not 50 now at least, we're ending the stream. He's on 29 subscribers.
Guys, get him up there.
Yes, guys.
He's got one more to come from me, because I can't do it right now, but as soon as the stream's finished, so that's one more.
All right, good. What? But guys, come on, go hit that sub button. It'll take you 2 seconds to do. Here again, I'll put it in the comments for you guys.
We'll spam you with it until you start.
Until we have to.
Whilst you're doing that, someone in the chat earlier on made an excellent suggestion of putting a flip in the emojis, which I think's a really good idea. Spam those emojis, spam those flip flops. But meanwhile, if it happens again, I'll just bring this up. Okay.
Is that where you were? Is that what you were doing? Jeez.
I thought you went for a number 2. I really did.
I thought you did.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? Yeah.
I've posted the link again, so please go and subscribe to him. Thank you again, Nottingham now and then. And just back on the point about this Dennis thing, yeah. And you were saying about stats. So take it away. I'm just gonna grab a drink. So.
So you're saying about stats, yeah? Okay.
So blab on for a bit. I'll be 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think, well, I've said it many times. I still think that Emmanuel Dennis is a superb football player. He's got pace, power. He can score a goal. The guy's not really been given a chance, to be honest. He's not been given a run in the team. And it's difficult for any player to come on, do a little bit here and a little bit there. It's difficult. The guy's talented, in my opinion. You know, he's got a lot to offer. And I think that given the chance, I think he could prove it. But I don't think he's going to be given that chance.
Yeah, That's exactly the point. He probably needs a run of 4 or 5 games, but he's not going to get it now, is he?
No.
But I want to go back to what I think will happen tomorrow, because I think about Ayew and the relationship he's got with Cooper. He knows how Cooper wants that third striker player played, and I think I can see him starting tomorrow, and I can see him playing that role better than Woods, and I think that's one of the reasons Cooper's brought him in. I know. I think it might have even been Spacebar was saying that he's more of a winger, but I don't see that. I see him as part of that front three, but more of in the box.
More on the left, isn't he? Az? He does play more on the left.
Yeah, and exactly. So he can drift in from the left, but I see him working in that role better than Wood, so I can actually see him starting tomorrow.
I actually think he's a better header than Wood as well.
Yeah, he's great in the air. He's
really good. He's not as big as Wood, but he gets up there and he always places it. I actually like him, to be honest.
I do. He's a team player. He's a proper team player, and I think
when he's with Cooper at Swansea, they were performing magic. I mean, the Swansea fans absolutely worshipped him. You know what I mean? It's it can happen, can't it?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, when you get a player that fits with a manager and who appreciates him and shows him love, well, it can take him to all new levels, can't it?
Well, Cloughie with what's his face? We were arguing about him the other day. McGovern took him everywhere with him, everywhere, even to that spell at Leeds. You know, and he brought him back. You know,
even that idiot. Do you remember Warnock would always do it? That Bellend Brown.
No, and the goalkeeper as well, who used to actually call
the fat guy, Paddy, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And the other one was Harry Redknapp did it with what's it called? Kramaric, was it?
Kramaric.
No, Kramaric. No. Kramaric.
Oh, yeah,
the guy at Leicester one, Kramaric.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're on about, yeah.
I know he took Defoe everywhere with him, Harry Redknapp did, but...
So certain managers do have their favourites, and the players that they trust know they're gonna. He's a leader as well, you know. He's a captain. He's
hold up. These guys are crazy. Hold on, Sharky. Good to have you in here. Happy weekend, buddy.
Where you been?
Jonathan Talks a membership. Thank you so much, Sharky. You guys are way too generous. Love you, bro. Hope you're well. And just crazy. Sorry, I don't know what you lot were talking about because I just came in. But
we're talking about Ayew playing in that role tomorrow and thinking actually it'll probably work better than Woods because Cooper knows him. He knows how
the guy
Cooper wants to play. Yeah. Well, I don't think that's it. Nicola. It
is. He was. Where was he from? Croatia or something like that?
Yeah. We know you mean. We know you mean.
And Defoe, he took Defoe everywhere. He's like his little lapdog, wasn't he?
Yeah, mate, Defoe was a good player, to be fair.
Okay, so let's get to the real business end here. Right, we've talked it up. I feel a little more confident. Yeah. Lemmy.
Yep.
What's the score going to be? Before you do that, let me just close the poll. 46% want Ayew to start. In second is False 9. My God. In third place is Surridge. And
not a great deal of confidence in Chris Wood then.
And in last place, basically the stump of Wood is the size of a stump on the poll chart. 5% for Wood.
Well, there's a couple of trolls, ain't there?
Yeah, and Mark. My God, is it payday today? Has everyone been paid today or something? Thank you so much for the 199.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolute legend. A beacon light with words. Spoiler alert. Beacon light with words. Spoiler alert. What? What did I miss? How long was I getting?
I've missed something. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and Vegas, he's just loving this. This is his now. You're gonna find that copywritten there. Look who decides to finally turn up. What time did you call this? What time did you call this?
Hey.
Yeah. Pat's gifted us up. I'm so sorry, Pat.
That's only because I texted him saying, "Where the effing hell are you? I'm not seeing you in the chat."
Wait, hold on. Pat's gifted a sub. Where is it?
Oh, sorry, Pat.
I go there. Oh no, there we go. Pat gift.
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
179 from Pat. A red heart. Thank you so much, buddy. And a gifted sub. Who got it?
Tim Ridgewell got that one. I think Tim got that one. Tim Ridgewell
got it. Tim, congratulations, Tim. Make sure you thank Pat, the absolute legend. So thank you so much. Sorry, I was grabbing a drink.
Can I let you guys know?
Wolf
all
is
these
getting
new
the hands
members,
of this now.
can I just point out to all the new members, guys, that you'll get to see if there is any goals in watch along tomorrow. So make sure you use your perk now that you guys are members.
Yeah, so members perks, just to shout them out for you guys at the moment. Obviously, you get all the Forest emojis. You get the Forest badge by your name as well. But on match day, so tomorrow, once Forest tonk Fulham, every goal, as soon as it goes in, within like 30 seconds, is up there on the community tab for you guys to watch.
Who's on the keyboard?
It's 11.
Apologies. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I was thinking my hands. I was hearing the noise. We'll also have the player ratings. You'll also get the members only backstage pass stream for the Grumpy Old Red podcast, and also there's a couple of other things, and I forgot what they are. But there's other stuff as well. So thank you all for becoming members. And as Sharky says, yeah, we are 18 now away from 9K. So get it done, guys. Get it done. Okay. Where were we? Let me. Let's get to the crux of this. What happens tomorrow, mate? Score-wise.
See, this is where I'm a bit torn now because I feel like I've dug myself a bit of a hole. I'd like to think that we're going to be able to get a goal somewhere, especially if we were to start with an attacking lineup of Morgan Gibbs-White, Brennan Johnson and Scarpa. I'd like to think from that we've got enough creativity to try and create something. But then I've immediately created a bit of a crux because we did a stream and I said that we were going to get a draw. And then if I think that we do get a draw and do get a goal, then that means that I think that Keylor Navas is immediately going to break his streak of not having goals.
You jinxed him, man.
I have. So
I'm trying to keep up with the logic here.
I think we're going to score.
I like his logic.
I also think there's going to be a draw, so that means that Keylor Navas has to concede a goal for us to be able to get a draw.
Okay.
So
Can I just say, this is Size Misses, who's just one of the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
Can we have one request? Can you please not make him watch Love Island anymore?
Yeah.
We want to talk football.
Don't make anyone watch Love Island.
Please. we want to talk football with him. We're good to see you in the stream. All right, so you're saying you're going 1-1, Lemmy?
I'd love to say that we're going to get a win, but I think at this point a win is probably a bridge too far. But a draw at Fulham, at the place where we are in the league so far, I'd absolutely be just as made up about that. At this point where we are, especially if we do then end up seeing some of the results going more of our way than we did last weekend, especially now playing at the 3:00 game. Playing on the Sunday last weekend was fucking murder, especially seeing all the teams around us getting wins and draws where they absolutely shouldn't be. So
yeah, we can't get back-to-back weekends like that.
If we do get a win, then I'm in full-on party mode, but a draw I'm just made up for as well, and we keep chugging on, so I'm going to go with a draw.
Okay, and then that means you can't say about Navas anymore. But look at this, breaking news. It's Simon that makes his missus watch Love Island, not the other way around.
I reckon it is as well.
Ty, you've been outed, mate. You've been outed.
Too much,
Crazy
mate.
cat lady, hope you are well. Good to have you here. All right, and where are you standing for tomorrow?
Well, I predicted a loss, and then I predicted a draw, and now I'm going to say we're going to win 3-0. Why not?
Face is covered, yeah.
3-0. This chat is going to be hyped up.
Might have spread himself out, innit?
We're going to double our away goal tally.
Any excuse. Oh God, we turned into Arabs. We're gonna start throwing them at each other now.
There's a Saddam statue, man. All right, he's gone 3-0. Oh God, I get your flip flop. Ez. Well, I want to ask the chat. As well. Let's see where they are. Have we made them more or less confident about tomorrow?
I bet you nobody else predicts 3-0.
Yeah, but Ant, did you put that in the predictor league?
No, I think I put 1-1 in the predictor league.
Oh.
Well, and on the stream the other night, that's what I'm saying. On the stream the other night, I predicted we'd lose. So I'm covering all bases, aren't I? I can't lose.
So tomorrow, one way or the other, you can say you're right. You're literally double flip-flopped, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll selectively clip the bit that I got right. 3 hours are short.
Yeah, pop out, yeah.
All right, Ant, not Ant. What's your name again in the bottom right? Ez.
As it's on literally on the screen, mate. Okay, I'm gonna stick with my prediction of a draw, but I was gonna go for 1-1, and then I heard Lemmy talking about Keylor Navas keeping a clean sheet, and I'd rather keep a clean sheet. So I'm gonna go for a bore draw, mate, a 0-0 bore draw. I don't care. A point away from home, I'll take it, and I'd like to keep the clean sheet. So I'm gonna go with a bore. So it's literally the most boring, but I don't care at this stage of the season. I'll take that.
I did see this stat earlier. I don't know how true it is. We got the biggest pitch.
And they've got the smallest.
I feel like that's one more question for Simon, really. He needs to take his pitch to crowd capacity ratio so that he can then try and work out if we're going to be able to get some kind of a result away from home. Because apparently, according to him, if it's a big stadium, we're going to lose.
Yeah.
Well, that's if he can, peel himself away from Love Island.
Funnily enough, on that stat, my brother said that earlier on, and it does make you think: why is the pitch size not standardised? Any other sport, surely you don't get squash courts. Some of them are a bit bigger than others, and tennis courts. Some of them are a yard wider. That one.
Can you remember how enclosed Highbury was? Their pitch was tiny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But
why aren't they standardised? Why isn't it a standard size for the pitch?
Oh my God, let me mute your bloody keyboard clicking.
I'm so sorry.
So why not standardise the size of the pitch so everybody plays? So it's an equal playing field, literally.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
Because
I'll tell you
surely
why.
if you're playing. Well, depending on how you play, if you're playing on a bigger pitch, you're going to be putting in more mileage throughout the season.
Yeah, well, I can't remember it. There was one team, I can't remember whether it was like Burnley or somebody of that ilk, where they deliberately, when like Sean Dyche, whoever it was, moved in as manager, deliberately said, I want the pitch smaller. Because that suited their style of play.
Billy did that on his second stint. He actually made him wider because he liked playing. No, his first stint because he liked playing the wingers. He had Paul Anderson and
doesn't make sense, does it?
But
it should be an equal playing field.
It should be, but
there is a maximum and a minimum. It is a little weird, but you've got to understand there are clubs like Boringmouth that you can barely fit a 5-a-side pitch in their stadium. So that's why I would assume they have to do it. Mark's saying, I remember us discussing that Forest pitch is actually bigger than Wembley's pitch.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it was. Whoa, it is. Yeah,
that's right.
Everybody goes on about the size of Wembley pitch, and ours has always been bigger. Yeah, that's right.
And a massive shout out to Forest West. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Let's have a quick check on Nottingham now and then. I've got it open right here. And he's on 43 subscribers.
Come on, guys.
Need to hit that subscribe button.
Or 6 more.
Come on. There, I've put it in the chat. Well, I hope that's the right link and not another link I was looking at. All right. So, Ez, you've gone for a
porn link, is it? You're not put that one in by mistake.
Ez has gone for a 0-0. Ant's gone for 3-0. Lemmy went for 1-0. The chat has gone 61% for Forest. 10% gone Fulham, and 29% have gone for the draw. They're confident. Well,
what about yourself? What are you going for?
Screw it. I'm going all in. I'm going.
You joining a chat? You flip.
Draw. I said a draw earlier.
Yeah, so did I.
I said a loss on the official sheet that we did. On
so did I.
Stream. Is that what you said in the midweek? A loss?
Fuck it, I'm going 4-0. Yes, let's have it. 4-0. 4-0. Get the flip-flops out. Swing them round. I'm going 4-0. Fuck it. Let's see how I feel after I see the team sheet tomorrow. Let's go. 4-0 Forest. It even sounds good. Fulham 0, Forest 4. It's got a ring to it. Screw it. And that's it. And I'm going further. If Forest win tomorrow, we finish in Europe. Yeah. If we lose, we'll probably get relegated. Who knows? Welcome to, this isn't Forest Fan TV anymore. This is Flip Flop TV for the FF.
Oh, you're giving the game away, mate. That's what the FF
Oh,
is.
God. Well, at least we don't have to change the logo and rebrand. It can still be FF TV, innit?
Flop TV, yeah.
All right, on that note, tomorrow the watch along starts at 2:30 p.m. sharp-ish. We'll then follow that with the player ratings. And then you guys will decide the player ratings as per normal. If you haven't seen it yet, we've got a whole new system for the player ratings. It's amazing. As Bobby, oh God, there is actually a flip-flop emoji. Oh my God. And then what was I going to say? Following that, we'll do the party stream in the evening once Forest win, or you'll have an angry ranting Wolverine if it doesn't go 4-0. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the watch along tomorrow when Forest thump the scum. And it's, by the way, why is there a fucking cottage in their ground? Anyway, that's a whole other discussion.
Because they like going cottaging. Because they like to go cottaging.
No, because they're thunder bastards. That's why, mate.
Guys, have a great evening. Enjoy the start of the weekend. We'll see you tomorrow at 2:30 for the watch along. Come on, you Reds.
Come on.
Loki,
You Reds.
like that.